Have you ever believed that old age would be the well-deserved reward after a lifetime of sacrifice and dedication? That one day we would finally rest in the loving arms of our children and grandchildren, enjoying peaceful days filled with care and affection, with no more worries, no more burdens. But the truth is, if all we have is that belief, then we might just be dreaming a beautiful dream, one that is also incredibly fragile. Old age, which we often imagine as a calm and peaceful destination, can sometimes turn into a lonely, disheartening, and anxious journey. And all because of something that sounds so simple. We did not prepare for it. Many people live their entire lives for their children. They work hard, save every penny, and make endless sacrifices, all based on one hope. If I live for my children, then someday they will live for me. Unfortunately, life is rarely that simple. Children grow up. They get busy with their own families, their own responsibilities, and the never-ending hustle of bills, jobs, and obligations. Not everyone has the time, energy, or ability to care for their parents the way we may have hoped. It is not because they do not love us. It is just modern life is tough. And if we do not prepare ourselves to live independently in our old age, if we keep relying on our children, then those golden years may not be restful at all, but instead become a long stretch of disappointment, loneliness, and dependency. That is why, if you want to enjoy a truly peaceful and happy old age, it must start with you. Do not wait, do not rely, do not just hope. You need to build 3 strong pillars for yourself, so you can live without worry, without dependence, and without regret. Before we move on, drop a comment with a positive affirmation like, "I am building a joyful life for my golden years." Think of it as a promise to yourself. And do not forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel, so you will not miss out on more inspiring and practical content to help you live your later years with peace and joy. Let's get started. 1. Financial independence is happiness. I once met a woman in her 80s who lived alone in a small house, no children or grandchildren nearby, and yet her face was always bright, her spirit calm and content. When I asked her what her secret was to such peace of mind, she smiled gently and said, "Because I do not have to ask anyone for money. If my kids give me something, I appreciate it. If not, I am still fine." That one answer sums up the true value of financial independence in old age. It is not about being rich to show off. It is about having enough, so you do not have to depend on anyone. Many people think they need a huge amount of money to feel secure in old age. But in reality, you do not need a massive fortune. You just need enough to cover your daily expenses, enough to visit the doctor when you need to, enough to buy your favorite meal without second-guessing yourself, and enough so you never have to ask your child, "Do I still have any money left this month?" Never underestimate the freedom that comes from having your own money. When you have financial independence, you do not have to watch every word you say at home. You do not worry about whispers from in-laws. You have the right to say no to things you do not like, and the freedom to live however you feel most comfortable. I have seen far too many elderly people stuck in situations where they are old, but still enduring cold attitudes, disrespectful looks, or even outright neglect, all because they have no money of their own. A lifetime of hard work, and when retirement comes, they are forced to live dependently, asking for help, and even worse, losing their voice and their dignity. The root of this often comes from a mindset like, What belongs to my children also belongs to me. It is fine to let them manage it. But life rarely goes as planned. When relationships are strong, everything seems fine. But when life takes a turn, a divorce, job loss, or family conflict, that money you gave away may never come back to you. You have probably heard, seen, or even lived near stories like these. Families with many children, but when the parents get old and weak, instead of caring for them, the kids only focus on inheritance. Some people bluntly say things like, "We are just waiting for them to pass so we can divide the house and land." Some care for their parents not out of love, but out of fear they might miss out. Even sadder are the elderly who live in the homes they built with money they earned, but still feel anxious and afraid because they can sense the calculation and coldness in the very people they once cradled in their arms. This is no longer rare. Society is becoming more materialistic. And when financial pressure becomes too much, even family bonds get weighed and measured. Genuine love is always precious. But in the final chapters of life, being proactive is the most reliable support. And money, though not everything, is what gives you the power to choose how to live, where to live, and who to live with. Do not wait until an emergency hits and your wallet is empty. Do not wait until illness strikes, only to realize you have no savings account in your name. And do not let your old age become a time of begging from those you once raised. So from now on, start taking your finances seriously. Set aside a savings account just for yourself. Do not hand everything over, not even to your children. Not because you do not trust them, but because you need a backup plan for yourself. You do not need to make risky investments or jump into the stock market. But if possible, consider some smart and safe options. A health insurance plan, so you do not have to hesitate every time you need a checkup. A small piece of land or a rental room to give you a steady income in your later years. Or simply a savings account in your name, with enough to keep you comfortable for several months in case of an emergency. And if you do not invest, at the very least, start saving a little each month, even if it is just a few $dozen. Not to get rich, but to protect your independence and self-respect. You can absolutely live simply, no fancy cars, no big houses, no luxury. But the freedom to choose, the freedom to decide, and not having to depend on anyone, that is what makes you feel worthy, in control, and truly alive, not just surviving. Because in the end, money may not buy happiness, but without it, even the simplest joys, like a healthy meal, a needed prescription, or a visit to see your grandchildren, can feel out of reach. 2. A life partner. Growing old is not just a battle with health and finances. It is also a journey of confronting loneliness. Among the 3 most important pillars for a peaceful life in your later years, a life partner is the deepest source of emotional support, something that cannot be replaced by anything else, not even by your children. There is a common saying, a wife caring for her husband is more meaningful than a child caring for a parent. It may sound simple, but it reflects a deep truth. Because no matter how much your children love you, they can never truly replace the one who has lived beside you for decades. The one who knows all your habits, your thoughts, your silent worries, the ones you never say out loud. Your children can give you money, take you to the doctor, buy your medicine, but they cannot sit beside you every evening. They cannot hold your hand when the weather changes. They cannot share the quiet sadness you carry deep inside. I have met many older people who live in comfort, with homes full of children and grandchildren, and yet they still live in loneliness. They may never say it, but their eyes tell the truth. When they look around a house with no conversation or sit alone in the living room every afternoon, that kind of loneliness feels even heavier than poverty. One elderly man once confided, "I have a house, money, great grandkids, but no one to talk to. Every day, I just wish I had someone to drink tea with and chat about nothing at all." And yet, when they express the desire to find a companion, no marriage required, no formalities, family members often react strongly. They worry about dividing property, fear gossip from neighbors, or feel ashamed of what people might say. But all those fears end up pushing the elderly into lives that are long but not joyful. The truth is, older people do not ask for much. They are not looking for romance like in their youth. They just want someone to talk to in the morning, someone to go to the market with, cook a meal with, watch the evening news together, someone to make sure they do not have to eat alone, sleep alone, or call a taxi alone when they feel sick. If you are lucky enough to still have your life partner by your side, know that this is one of the most precious things, something not everyone gets to have. The little arguments, the minor annoyances, one day they will mean nothing. Do not wait until they are gone to realize how even the sound of their familiar nagging made your house feel like a home. And if you have lost your partner or never had one, do not close yourself off just because of your age. Elderly people also have the right to find companionship, not for anyone else's sake, but for their own. Because growing old should not just be about surviving. It should be about living with peace of mind, feeling fulfilled, and having someone beside you as you walk through each day. A good life partner in old age does not need to be perfect. They just need to be there when you need them. To listen when you speak, to sit next to you during a quiet afternoon, to remind you that you are not alone in this life. And that is the most lasting emotional support, something that money, children, or success can never replace. 3. Health is the strongest foundation for old age. I once asked an elderly man, nearly 100 years old, "What do you wish for the most at your age?" He smiled gently and said something so simple it hit hard. "I do not wish to live long. I just hope I can live without depending on anyone." That one sentence carries a truth most people only realize when they reach old age. When we are young, we tend to take health for granted. We stay up late, eat poorly, live under constant stress, smoke, drink alcohol, and still show up to work the next day feeling fine. But that only lasts for so long, because the body never forgets what you did to it. Youth might let you slack off, but old age, it does not forgive carelessness. When you are young, you can collapse into bed and wake up fine the next morning. But when you are old, a simple cold can turn into pneumonia. A slip in the bathroom can lead to a broken bone and a whole year of immobility. And that is when you realize health is not just about not being sick. It is the ability to live independently. You might have successful children, a big house, and a fat savings account. But if every morning you need someone to help you out of bed, every meal requires someone to feed you, every trip to the bathroom needs assistance, ask yourself, are you really living or just existing? Many people think, when I am old, my kids will take care of me. But the truth is, no one will care for you better than you care for yourself. Your children may love you, but they will not always be available. And if you live completely dependent on others, if you become passive. Even the deepest love can, over time, start to feel like a burden. Not because your children are ungrateful, but because everyone has a life of their own. I have seen elderly people living in modern, comfortable homes with caring children. Yet their hearts are heavy, eyes always drifting toward the window. They do not say it out loud, but deep down they know they are no longer in control of their own lives. Health is the foundation. If the foundation is weak, no matter how beautiful the house is, it cannot stand. If you are weak, then everything else, money, status, family, becomes meaningless. A week-long pain can rob you of sleep. A dizzy spell can keep you trapped indoors. A hospital stay can drain all your savings and sometimes even your hope. That is why taking care of your health is not just about treating illness. It is about preparing to live an independent life as you age. You do not have to be as strong as an athlete. You just need to be able to walk on your own without a cane, cook a simple meal for yourself, go to the bathroom without help, remember things clearly without fear of forgetting, and most importantly, enjoy your own company. To get there, you need to start now, with small, consistent habits. First, your diet. Eat well, eat plenty of vegetables and fruits. Cut back on fried food, sugar, salt, and processed products. Do not wait until your doctor tells you to change. Take initiative now, because prevention is better than treatment. Next, stay active. You do not need to run marathons or lift weights. Just walk, stretch, or do light exercises for 20 to 30 minutes a day. It helps your joints stay flexible, strengthens your heart, and lowers the risk of falling. Sleep is just as important. Going to bed early and sleeping enough restores your body, sharpens your memory, and keeps your emotions stable. Avoid staying up late and limit screen time at night. And do not forget regular health checkups. Many illnesses in old age develop silently. The earlier they are detected, the easier and cheaper they are to treat. Lastly, your mindset. Stay positive. Join community activities. Talk to friends. Find something that brings you joy every day. A cheerful spirit is the best medicine for aging. A healthy senior is not only happier, they also give peace of mind to their family. On the other hand, living in dependency creates stress and fatigue for everyone around. So take care of yourself starting today, for your sake and for those who love you. A healthy elder not only takes care of themselves, but also spreads positive energy throughout the household. But someone who is constantly sick and dependent can easily become a source of worry for their loved ones. So if you are asking, what does old age need the most? The answer is a body still full of life and a spirit still full of joy. No one can give you your health, and no one can maintain it for you. It is the very first, and also the final, most reliable, honest, and long-lasting support you can create for yourself. Start today. Do not wait until you are bedridden to regret. I wish I had taken care of my health sooner. Old age does not become peaceful on its own. It is not luck. It is not some gift from time. A peaceful old age is the result of careful preparation, the reward of a life lived with awareness, lived for yourself, but never forgetting those around you. So, if you want a peaceful life in your golden years, it has to start with you. Take care of your health, because no one else can live your life for you. Secure your finances, because no one else truly knows your needs. Cherish your life partner or actively seek companionship, because no one should grow old alone. You see, old age is not scary. What is scary is growing old without the right to make decisions for yourself. So start now. Do not wait until your body breaks down to care about your health. Do not wait until your bank account hits zero to start saving. Do not let the last chapters of your life be filled with regret just because you trusted others too much and forgot to trust yourself first. If you believe that a joyful old age is something you can prepare for, leave a positive comment below like, "I choose to live my golden years with freedom and purpose." Let it be a promise to your future self. And do not forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel so we can meet again in more real and inspiring stories about life in your later years, where we live well, live joyfully, and live a life worth living.